Hello, Mr. Jepson's class. My name is Ryan Demore, and today I'm going to interview Antone on his Keystone Project. Hello, Antone. It's
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
So I heard you were doing the Keystone Project. Would you like to fill me in on what this was exactly?
So my Keystone Project was reading the Book of Mormon every night in Spanish and out loud, so I could kind of practice this language and get more used to it, more comfortable with it, to prepare for my mission, which is in El Salvador. And I also marked scriptures that had to do with the Holy Ghost and receiving personal revelation. So I kind of did two things, but that's my project.
Very cool, Antone. So what have you come to know from doing this project?
Well, in Spanish-wise, I kind of know a lot more vocab. I've read alongside my English copy, and just looking back and forth, I've been able to learn a lot more Spanish words, and also the pronunciation of a lot of Spanish words. I looked up how to say different vowels and letters, and what accents are, and so now I know all that, and my reading in Spanish is a lot better. And I've also come to learn that from marking my scriptures, that the Spirit leads and guides the Lord's servants. And there's a lot of scriptural examples that I found from marking that show that truth. So I think that's really cool.
Cool. So what has come to strengthen your understanding throughout this? How's your understanding of the Book of Mormon strengthened through this?
Well, my understanding of Spanish.
Spanish. My bad.
I think it's important that I understand what I'm talking about when I'm, out in the mission field, and having that, being able to say more words and say them better in Spanish when I'm teaching people in El Salvador is really important, because, if they understand what I'm saying, and they know that I understand the Spanish, that I think they'll be able to feel the Spirit more and understand the truths I'm teaching. And I've also come to understand that missionaries in general are led by the Spirit. And there's a lot of scriptural stories like Alma and Amulek and the sons of Mosiah, that they're all led by the Spirit in different instances. And so I've come to know that and understand that about the Spirit.
That was all very good to know, very good to know. So what have you come to believe further through doing this project as well?
Well, my belief in the power of the Holy Ghost is strengthened a lot. I've seen the gift of tongues in action as I read the Spanish Book of Mormon. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying, but as I'm reading it, I feel the Spirit still, and that's just really testified to me the power of the Holy Ghost. And for marking my scriptures, I've seen that the Holy Ghost will lead us in our paths. When we're going throughout our day, if we're looking through the Holy Ghost, I've tried to practice, doing that, praying for the Holy Ghost to be with me, and I found that when I pray for that, it is, and it will tell me what to do and lead me to people to serve that need me and other things like that. So.
Now, I'm guessing throughout doing this project, you found a change in yourself. So what have you seen change throughout doing this?
Well, I definitely see myself speak more clearly. When I'm reading Spanish, I go a lot faster through it, and sometimes I even I can start multitasking. So reading Spanish has just become a lot more of a second nature. Not necessarily that I'm fluent, but I've just been able to speak it a lot more clearly. And also I've changed my faith and my attitude for the Holy Ghost, and I've just seen how influential He is in bringing the gospel to people and leading the Lord's servants. And that's just a big thing that I want to take to the mission field.
As you can see, we've just had a quick costume change just to freshen things up, gotta keep things clean and fresh. So, back to our conversation. Tone, what have you noticed that is so central about the Book of Mormon in our faith?
Well, it's, as Joseph Smith said, it's the keystone of our religion, and as this project is named, the Keystone Project, it's something that people can base their faith on. Regardless of their questions. If they believe in the Book of Mormon, then everything else falls into place, and the church is still true. And I think it's important that we did a project around it, because strengthening my testimony in it and my comfortability in speaking in Spanish is going to help me a lot in my mission, converting those people to believe in it too.
That's awesome to hear, Tone. I'm super proud of you. So now that we've kind of discussed each part of the project, looking at the thing as a whole, looking at everything you did, everything you thought about, what has resulted from doing it as a whole?
Well, I think I'm a lot more willing to study Spanish now. I feel a lot more comfortable with the language. I enjoy it. I enjoy the language. I'm more excited for my mission by that, and that's really helped me. And I've also really appreciated marking those scriptures that have to do with the Holy Ghost, because I can look back at those anytime I want, and I feel the Spirit, and I can learn how to lead by the Spirit, and that's a big thing I need. So that's all.
Well, it's good to hear. It's great to have you, Tone.
Thank you.
That was an A+ conversation right there.
That was. Have a great day.